Well, today is the 52nd day of the 2019 session at the Nevada legislature, but if a resolution heard today in Carson City eventually passes, there could be a lot more days in future sessions. Thanks for staying with us at 6:30. I'm Christiane Klein.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Under the Constitution, the legislature is limited to meeting for just 120 days every other year. But under Senate 5, Joint Resolution 5, lawmakers would meet every year for about 200 days.
Politics Now co-host Steve Sebelius has been following that legislation and joins us now live.
Well, Brian and Christiane, one of the most common questions I always get is why does the legislature only meet once every other year? Our state is just one of 4 that meet every other year, along with Montana, North Dakota, and Texas. The state constitution limits the sessions to the current 120 calendar days every odd-numbered year. But over the years, plenty of people have called for joining the majority of states where legislatures meet annually. Thus far, it's never caught on. But that may change under Senate Joint Resolution 5. It's sponsored by all but 3 of the Democrats in the state Senate. Under that resolution, the Constitution would be amended to allow for a session of 90 days in odd-numbered years and 60 days in even-numbered years. But those days aren't calendar days, they're legislative days. That means the clock only runs when the legislature or its committees are actually meeting. Now, according to a fiscal note attached to the resolution, the sessions would actually run for about 120 days in odd-numbered years and 80 days in even-numbered years for a total of 200 days over the whole biennium. The extra costs associated with running a legislature for that time would be $13.3 million. And that's not the only change. The resolution allows for lawmakers to be paid according to a regular schedule, but doesn't say how much. Currently, lawmakers receive a salary for only the first 60 days of a session. That's a throwback to the past when sessions only lasted 60 days. Sponsor Joyce Woodhouse said it's time for Nevada to join the vast majority of states with annual sessions.
Despite our tradition of biennial sessions, it is time for change. While this tradition made sense during periods when our population was much lower and our finances less complex, it no longer addresses the needs of a rapidly growing state with a multi-billion-dollar budget operating in a global marketplace. Our state simply cannot adequately address rapidly changing conditions, a complex budget, and policy matters by meeting every other year.
Well, to be sure, Nevada's budgets form its budgets by gathering a group of fiscal experts before and during the session, and they project state revenues and the general economy for the following 2 years. Although the group bases its projections on the best economic data available, it's still a guess, and a severe downturn in the economy could force the state to call a special session to deal with any surprises. Now, the resolution would have to be approved by the legislature this year and again in 2021. If it is, voters would get their say in November 2022. Now, Mark Twain covered the legislature back in the days when sessions only lasted 60 days. And while it's never been proven he actually said it, many people nonetheless agree with the sentiment of his alleged quote, "It's far better the legislature meet every 60 years for 2 days than every 2 years for 60 days.
Even if he didn't say it, that is a
Sounds
great
like something he
fake
would say.
Mark Twain quote.
Sounds like something you
By
would
the way,
say.
I think we got to get more Mark Twain in your reports. I enjoyed that.
I will review Roughing It tonight, and we'll see what we can get into politics now.
Thanks, Steve.
And please bring up the San Francisco quote by Mark Twain.
Absolutely. Coldest winter.
Thank you, Steve.